birds that like you look at the birds that look at themselves and like, oh, I'm so pretty. That's me. Hi.
Okay. Narcissist, Rob.
I can't hear you. Is someone playing us in the background? Because I can hear me.
You are.
All right, we are live. So if you have Twitch open, that would probably be why you're hearing both.
Welcome.
Twitch open, but I'm not watching us. Ah.
I don't have Twitch open, do I? I can hear everything twice. I'm going insane. Help me.
Look through your browsers.
Yeah, close.
Oh, I do have it open.
Ah, you silly.
Oh.
It kept it open from last week? How the fuck does that happen? Alright.
Silly goose.
Well,
Close
to any viewers that are joining us, welcome.
No.
From the highest heights of Dragonflight to the deepest depths of dungeons, all rolled out welcomes you. I'm Matthew Arnold. We've got our dungeon crew for today, and this is the Crest of Darkness group. We are currently missing someone, but they should be joining us in hopefully about 20 minutes or so. So we're going to cover the recap of the last session and go from there. Let's see, in true D&D fashion, I'm going to roll for recap.
Ooh, no volunteering for tribute.
DOS.
Come on, Doc, roll well.
Roll a DOS check.
DOS always wins. We talked about.
Alright, so a D10 divided by 2, sort of.
Rounded up.
That's going to be 3, making it Chris. Or in this
Could have rolled the
campaign,
D6.
It's Horval.
No, wait.
Nope.
No. Don't try and confuse me. We haven't even started yet.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
Adobe.
I'm pretty sure I'm playing a Jai, right?
God, no. Listen,
No.
I've got the next
Orville, damn it.
9 hours of my life for Dungeons and Dragons. I gotta start off strong here. Alright, so Horvald. Last week, we only played for a few hours, so we didn't get a whole lot done. But
We didn't really do a whole lot. We
Yeah.
talked a lot,
Yeah. Roleplay.
So we got to know each other.
a little bit.
Time well spent.
So for Horvald's memory and experiences for the last session, did anything really stick out? Anything in particular of interest?
Nothing huge happened last week, other than just a little bit of conversation between characters. Cayman and I had a little bit of a discussion. I don't know whether or how much we resolved, but we talked about what happened and where we're gonna go, and then I went back to my tent, and then we woke up in the morning, and I went to go have breakfast, and then we all went to the meeting tent 1, where we kind of learned about what our mission, our ongoing mission is. After the meeting, we all broke to make some, to go get what supplies we might need, and then we were getting ready to meet up once again so we could leave camp and go where we need to go.
So Horvald's very detail-oriented, remembering the things that happened. Anybody have any? Let's see, 7. So Lilar, in your experience of last session, anything stand out for you?
Yes, so Lilar woke up early after kind of a long night of partying and hanging out and meeting the 2 new guys. Lilar woke up early, went down to breakfast. Kind of had a discussion with everyone. Keeman confessed his feelings for Lilar.
I did.
Yeah,
They were not great.
It was a roundabout way, but it happened. And so we decided to get started with our day. Keeman and Ragnar went to go get rations or supplies. One of the 2.
Yes.
Not what happened.
Aaron,
And what did Lilar do?
either rations or supplies, whichever.
One of those.
Yeah, I don't remember who went where, but I know that it kind of split into 2 groups.
Who's on first?
Everything was covered. Lilar was doing a
Definitely
great
split
job.
into 3 groups.
Yeah, it was
Haven't gotten there yet.
it was like 3 groups because like 2 actually went to go get stuff, and I know whatever group I ended up in didn't really go to get anything.
Yep. So I'm getting there. So the group split into 2 groups to go get supplies. Lilar and a couple others within the group decided to form a 3rd group and go relax because everything was covered. Keeman decided to abandon his duties of getting rations or supplies and hang out with Lilar instead.
True.
Because after his confession, he was very worried. Lilar was attempting to take a nap, but decided that this would be a good opportunity to speak with Horvold. Kind of how he got to be an adventurer, stuff he's done, stories like that. War stories, I guess you could say. And then may have dozed off during that.
Horvald is not great at telling stories, and in general, they're not very good stories anyways. Even with some punching up.
How do I hear Mike? What's happening?
They pulled up last week's recording.
I pulled up All Rolled Out, and it started replaying from where I left off last week. Last week's episode.
That's what happened at the start of this when I could hear myself. Is that I was watching last stream and it just opened the most recent stream that you had, and it was live.
I'm trying to. What? There we go.
What happened at the start of this when I could hear
Yes.
Is that I was
Thank you.
I hate hearing my voice. I hate hearing my voice.
That's
It's
like
so
most
It
people
won't
do.
stop.
That makes at
How
least
do
2
I
of us.
stop it?
Most people hate hearing their own voice.
Ugh.
You sound
Oh,
so
yeah,
deep.
that's
Yeah,
definitely what
but
I
Bran,
meant.
at least you have a good voice. Like you got a
Do I?
good, like deep man voice.
Dude,
Like
you're the first person to ever tell me that.
I sound like Salacious Crumb. All right, like fucking
What is
take
that?
your voice and run with it.
I think
So, like,
it's just completely natural for us to generally hate the way that
You
we sound because
You don't.
we sound
you
different in our
yourself.
heads to how we
Yeah.
actually sound.
Salacious.
I love the way I sound. Thank you very much.
Doesn't everyone know their favorite Kowokian monkey lizard? Why do you not know what Salacious Crumb is? Hold on.
All right,
Let's-
where can
I-
let's find D&D here? What happened?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, you said Salacious Crumb, and like I figured it was just some Harry Potter character that I forgot who it was.
Sounds like it could be.
It's a Star Wars character you forgot.
Star Wars. What Star Wars?
What? Hey, D&D, guys.
What? All right, where was I?
Lilar.
All right, so Lilar. Oh yeah, you're having your jam sesh with
Yep.
your pals for about an hour, and then you headed off to the convergence location, and you met up with your pals. Keeman, what
Okay,
stood
yeah,
out
it
most
was
for
the
you
guy I
this
was thinking.
last session?
So,
Cayman,
last session
sorry.
from Keyman's point of view.
Cayman.
Or Keyman, either's fine, as we've gone over.
No, it's
Okay.
really not.
You saying that with such
Nickname.
It's Cayman.
vile... Okay. Is this going to be a thing?
Yep.
Yeah, like time zones?
I don't know what you're talking about, Cayman.
Oh my God. Time zones once again.
You guys made a joke our first session about the Cayman Islands, and then everybody stopped calling me it. It's not my fault. Anyway.
Make it to be known that since I learned that your name was actually Cayman, Horvald and I have made a conscious effort to call you Cayman and not Keyman.
Well, thank you. That is my name.
I'm gonna support Keyman.
Last week I had a small one-on-one with Norman, going over how we don't attack things that we are charged with protecting, such as people and their belongings. We don't hurt them.
Did you just
on
call
purpose.
me Norman, or did you have that?
No, I said
Sure did.
Horvald.
Oh, no,
Everybody
you did.
heard Horvald. And
Yeah.
definitely not after the conversation about getting names wrong. Wow,
Sure.
you have to be an
That
idiot
was
to get a name wrong.
Definitely. Okay.
I
Anyway.
see respect is a two-way street, and you just
Well,
plowed
you
down the
attacked
wrong
me
side.
the first. You attacked my belongings the first time I met you, so I feel justified.
I didn't insult you. You insulted me first. Very Keyman.
Anyway, we had a heart-to-heart, then we went to bed, and then we woke up, and then we went to breakfast, and that's when we met everybody, and I had a small talk, this time not with Horval, but with Norman, about who he is, hack, and why, and then I came to the conclusion that he might be evil, so I asked our cleric, resident cleric friend Erevan to keep an eye on the evil necromancer, probably, maybe. He's got a dead bird. I mean, I don't know why no one's asking questions. Not that necromancy is the worst, just, it's something to watch out for.
It's not the most
Dead things have
commonly
not been my
practiced magic.
friends. Yeah. Dead things have not always been friendly to me, as it turns out. So... anyway, then we went and decided to go get the... No, that's when we talked to... Router Tybalt.
Tybalt.
Tybalt. Oh, and at this point, some of us, not all of us, are wearing the golden clothes of Torm. Although that's only me, Erevan, and I think Ragnar. Zylar said no.
Golden? When did they become golden?
Did I say golden?
They're like white.
Billy just said gold.
They're white. Oh, white. White. I
Maybe it's
assuming
white gold.
gold trimming. I guess I don't know that.
Sure,
But white.
Sure, yeah. Some of them, yeah. There's some gold trimming on them, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I assume that. So he gave us the all-important task of finding the miners, dwarves, groups of dwarves. In this case, the... Hold on. Rage boars. Is it boars or borers? I actually
Borer.
don't know.
Bore.
Oh, so like
Borers.
B-O-R-E? Oh,
B-O-R-E-R.
I wrote boar like...
Oops.
I wrote down like the animal, and I just now realized that that's probably wrong. All right. Which is cool. A great, cool team of dwarves where one basically wears spikes and rages, and the others collect the trash and get rid of it while tunneling. And that group is tunneling underneath the enemy army that we're facing right now. And we're going to go up and make strategic strikes that we don't exactly know what we're doing yet, but we will. So we're tasked with finding them, catching up to them, and helping them with their task, mainly protecting them, and then doing the task once they've done the digging. There is 2 scrolls that he gave us. That we gave to Ragnar with a safe word of Ingladrin. That's when they will open. Ingladrin. and then they will open at that point in time. So we don't know exactly what we're doing yet because we don't, just in case it gets stolen, it'll burst into flames instead of being red. Okay, and then we're getting supplies. After that, on our way to go, because we have to go quick because they're already tunneling. And then I and Ragnar went to go get refills of general supplies, and Norman and I think Erevan went to go get food. And Lilar and Horvald went to a tree. Keeman saw Lilar go not with somebody that he knows and trusts yet, and decided to stay with Lilar because the last time that happened, Lilar died. Anyway, so Ragnar went on to get the provisions. Everybody came back. Keeman asked Norman why he smells so bad, and they agreed to make Norman smell like bananas because he smells like dead, rotting flesh. Necromancer.
Norman didn't offer to do it himself.
Did. It was nice. Anyway, I'm done.
All right. Let's see. What did we do? Down to our last.
Yes, I think it's just Erevan and Ragnar now.
I can try to do Norman's voice. Hello.
Ragnar.
Perfect.
Yes.
Anything stand out? What did Ragnar take away from his experience last session?
Well, Ragnar was the champion of the arm wrestling. That's a given.
Cha-ching.
Forgot that happened.
Yeah, I won the arm wrestling competition. Got my nice little wreath prize and prize money that basically became party loot money, I
The
believe.
wreath.
Yeah, it's a wreath, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet
Yeah.
wreath.
Because we made the Aretha Franklin joke, and somebody didn't know who that was.
Oh, that's right.
Who is that again?
Singer.
I think it was you.
Famous.
Oh, that's
It
right.
was Matt.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, copyright. Be careful.
Oh, that's...
It's fine.
Damn it.
It's fine.
Whatever,
What?
we're not
Said
making
nothing.
money off this.
Yes.
So then we
Sponsored by. I'm just kidding.
after the morning, basically Ragnar had he ate, met up with his fellow team members. We split up to go get supplies. Wait, we did supplies before the meeting, or we did the supplies after the meeting? It was after the meeting, wasn't it?
After.
Post-meeting,
After,
yeah. Because there
Yeah,
was
we had
the
the meeting where we-
quartermaster, and then you went back to the kitchens.
Yeah, we had our meeting basically that is giving us a mission of basically it's going to be a crunch with the time is at the essence basically type mission. It's like no dilly dally, and we got to get to them to catch up to them because they move quickly. These razor boars, not razor boars, something boar. I remember
Rage.
Rage boars. Yeah, there you go, rage boars. So we got
Makes way more sense than boar. I don't know what I was thinking.
Silly.
so we basically got those squirrels that are basically given to Ragnar because I guess they trust Ragnar enough.
Yeah.
Just keep them in the bag of holding. So I don't remember the command word, so hopefully someone does.
Keeman's got it.
Intelligence. You can remember things.
I do. Like Doss does not remember the word.
I just said it.
Then I got supplies. Basically, well, I was going with Keeman to get supplies, but then for some reason, Keeman did not want to get supplies. He wanted to instead hang out with Lilar, which I don't.
Keeman, he's watching
He doesn't
Lilar,
like
thank
you
you.
anymore, Doss. I mean,
I don't think. I think he doesn't like me enough because he likes to fireball me and all this other kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Oh.
now he wants to go hang out with Lilar, who never respects him.
I
Yeah,
know.
I know. So Ragnar,
I'm into bad boys.
So Ragnar went to go get the supplies. He only got the supplies that was like needed because Keeman's like, get this stuff. He's like, all right, I'll get this stuff. Then I decided to ask for any extra potions, which I got some resistant potions and got myself a nifty lighter that is now Ragnar's.
A whole
I don't-
crate
Yeah.
of potions.
So you got healing potions. Yeah.
Well, we got created healing potions, but we also got the potions of like resistance.
Like resistance.
You got like 2 each of like
Like
cold.
fire.
Cold,
Fire,
fire, and
lightning.
poison or something. I forget.
Oh, did we have that stupid argument about how big a crate or a barrel is? Was that this?
Yes, it sure was.
Yes. The bit was with the barrel, and then Ragnar got the ropes. He was supposed to get flint and tinder, but there was none, so I got a lighter. And I don't know who wanted it, but Ragnar keeping it now. So
they gave you the lighter instead because the lighter's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ragnar likes
And
it,
then
so
you-
he's like, yoink.
Mine.
Oh, I thought you were hiding it from me because it was fire.
No, it's just Ragnar likes it. He's keeping it
Oh,
because the supplies has been supposed to be for everyone. And he's like, I don't know who wanted this, but it's mine now.
He is the resident survivalist.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, and then last I remember was we're all going to go meet back up before we decide how we're going to proceed to get there, whatever. And Ragnar
that was when I called Norman smelly.
Yeah, and Ragnar is wearing his whites, which he thinks is very awkward. To be wearing white, and he kills so much, and it's gonna get bloodstains and dirt. It's very hard to clean.
All right, so
Luckily,
that anti-liquid spray. Just pretend that's got sprayed on it, so any liquid that hits it just kind of runs off.
Right. I mean,
Interesting.
if that wasn't a thing, like prestidigitation, just clean up after battles. It'd be fine.
I just cast that, Ragnar.
No, like Keyman.
Ragnar cast. It's not working.
He cast fist.
Cast
All right,
fist.
I was actually gonna
I
crack
cast
that joke.
stab.
I believe that leaves Erevan.
Indeed.
And, his experiences.
The things that stood out to Erevan outside the meeting was that Keyman asked Erevan to watch Norm because he suspects that he's evil, mainly because of the necromancy magic you see him use to reanimate the bird. And Erevan agreed, so he kind of stuck close to Norman, kind of observed him, and then he actually had Norman come with him to get rations. And he sat down and talked to him, tried to get to know him more, and at this point he doesn't suspect that Norman will cause any foul play. And
Besides his stench.
yeah, outside the not so pleasant smell, he seems pretty harmless to us, at least. Yeah, then Norman and Erevan got the rations for everyone, and then after that they packed up, headed back to where the rally point to meet the group after the 1 hour, and they're going to be heading out, try and catch up to the group of miners.
Oh, that's right.
With an E.
We had that debate about his Norman, I guess, kills or prolongs people's lives by killing or something, and Ragnar's like, I do that too.
No.
Apparently, Norman has admitted that he has prolonged his own human life past a normal human lifespan by absorbing life force from other who he has deemed less reputable.
Evil. Yeah.
Sources.
Yeah.
That's about that. It
I remember him
doesn't
saying
seem
it was just
great.
people he didn't like, but I could be wrong on that.
People who had done wrong to people he cared about.
In his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that, like, from a conversation in Erevan, like, he said that he took the life from people that he deemed evil or, like, wrongdoers in his eyes. So.
Paraphrasing, but that's it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Paraphrasing.
Speak of the
Good
devil
timing.
himself.
Perfect.
I
Perfect
hate that picture.
timing.
What a smelly devil he is.
Thank God it's just
Wow.
bananas now.
Just call me smelly like that.
I know. Perfect
Oh, you
timing.
meant Norman. Oh, never mind.
Norman, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Same
there
thing,
were-
really.
As far as I know, if there are two words to describe Norman, it's smelly and old.
True. Also, bird.
Mike,
lover.
only like 3 people here have met you. If we could just call you Smelly and be fine.
I mean, I wasn't saying he was wrong. Actually, yeah, it's been a couple days.
Oh God. Yeah, perfect timing. I just finished up the recap. And you're the last
cool.
one to recap.
Strategically, you joined at the right time.
Yeah, strategically joined perfectly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're just
To introduce you to it, usually
So we're just kind of going through last session and going through each character and kind of what your character specifically took away from the session and what the main points of interest were for Norman.
Let me go read my notes, honestly.
See that's we should have DOS recap again or something.
Just do a quick recap.
DOS is
like the quick recap was we woke up.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
I remember. So
Okay.
basically, we went into that meeting room where the dude told us that we're going to go and help out. I have all of the names in my notes. Look at this.
Rage borers. The rage borers.
Rage borers, that's right. We're going to work with them to secure their tunnel. They're going to tunnel up under the Emperor's forces. And then we're going to sabotage those forces, right?
You got it.
And also, you agree to always smell like bananas.
Oh, yeah. I agreed to cast prestidigitation on myself to smell like bananas.
Perfect. Yeah.
All
I
right.
believe Norma was fascinated by Erevon's vampire stories, but random
Yes.
side note. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Seemed strangely interested in all of the mechanical details.
Like,
So I bit the person in the neck like this. This is how this is the proper angle. I drain the blood. The
How
taste
exactly
the blood
did you
like iron.
inject your venom into the bloodstream?
this one time at vampire camp.
Hey, what does human blood taste like for a friend? Haha.
Iron.
Well, let Lilar tell
We
you
should
how. Wait.
Copper.
Are you using the vampire thing that we made up, Matt?
What do you mean?
What we came up with? Vampire thing?
I will be
Vampirism?
now that we made it.
We should send that to everyone because I love
Be now that
what we
made
came
it.
up with.
It's officially in
Yeah,
in my world lore. So
Nice.
it's so
Officially
cool.
our continuity.
We're fucked up people, but it's so cool. I loved it.
All right.
I was telling Michelle
You've piqued my interest.
later, but like we
Alright.
should.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
all right. So we are currently everybody is kind of hanging out in the wide open, kind of grassy, cleared area where airships where it's been cleared out so airships can land and offload or take on passengers or goods. You were told a few hours. It's been an hour. You imagine you've got somewhere between an hour or two before the ship arrives. Spend that doing whatever it is you'd like to do. While you're waiting, it's only about an hour and a half before the ship arrives. And it's not particularly large. It's probably like an 8-man crew. The ship itself is
That's
kind of
legit.
a teardrop design. It has 4 legs that extend out from it as it comes in for a landing that stand down and keep the body of the ship off the ground. You can see on the left and right are extendable wings that are currently collapsed and like latched onto the side of the ship. There is a fin-like sail that is also collapsed on the back end of the ship on the top, and then a normal like sea ship sail on the top in the center. So the
Interesting
ship comes down, lands in the grassy clearing next to you. and members of the crew walk down a gangplank from the main deck and start offloading some crates. Some of them head over to the quartermaster kind of warehouse.
Oh God, Lilar's
area
worst enemy.
And
Crates.
seem to be picking stuff up. They're talking to the quartermaster and picking up supplies, dropping stuff off, going about their business. After a time, once the main crew is offloaded, are any of you doing anything? Engraved on the side of the ship, I forgot to mention, is the name of the ship, the Sweet Till.
The Sweet Till.
Yep.
All right. Guess we'd pick up our stuff and start loading up.
So
I'd imagine.
Look for the deckhand or the captain, where we can find first.
I'd imagine we'd shove all the shit we just got into the bag of holding. Personally.
Yeah. Oh, no, I
As it
assume so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got pretty much just yourselves, and that's about it. Everything's in your bag of holding.
Yeah. Or a backpack.
Ragnar, did you mention to us that there is healing potions?
I'm carrying a crate of healing potions. I didn't put them in the bag of holding.
Oh.
I mean, I know that, but I was saying we would probably put them in the bag of holding. But I mean, if you have,
If-
them,
I have not put them in the bag of holding yet. I'm carrying the crate of potions.
I would mention.
That seems like a weird thing to do, to not have already put them in the bag of holding.
I'll mention to Erebon, you're carrying.
I haven't put
and
any of these supplies that was asked for in the bag of holding. Like the ropes are wrapped around me.
If I notice that, I'll talk to Erebon and Ragnar real quick.
For the last hour and a
don't you
half,
get it?
Ragnar has been standing completely still, a full
Holding this crate
in his hands, just ropes dangling all over his body, just standing there like, somebody help me, please. I can't.
What a badass. What a badass.
I would eventually go. Do you guys want to put those away? I don't know if you're going to be useful in a fight with your hands full.
Yeah, we should probably each take a couple. How many were in there? Was it 12 or 24?
24, I'm pretty sure.
24? Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
A point of order. I also have a bag of holding.
All right.
Good.
Well,
It's not a forever permanent bag of holding, but as long as I don't purposely make it not a bag of holding, it is a bag of holding.
Oh, okay.
What happens when you do that? Does everything just disappear?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume it would either tear the bag or it would vomit everything out.
Yeah, just probably like a
that bag is
normal bag
vomiting.
of holding thing, where it would just vomit it all.
For the record, that's an artificer thing.
Right.
Okay.
Well, if it's all the same to anybody else, I'm going to take 4 of those and keep them on me because I don't want to dig in Ragnar's pocket if I'm dying.
Roll a strength check
You would
to
just
open
be
the
digging
crate.
into a sack of holding.
I'll fail it. Ragnar, I can't do this. Can you?
Ragnar's just pop.
I just imagine
Well, you'd have to
Damon's
roll
like
also.
struggling to lift the pry bar, and he's just like looking to.
Oh, if it includes a pry bar, I wouldn't even touch it. I would ask Ragnar to open it.
Like,
Ragnar, do you mind?
yeah, I think we should each at least take 2 to keep on us, just in case. I'm
Well,
not
if it's all the
enough.
same, I'm going to take 4 because there's
Well,
There's
that's at least
24
2.
and 6 of us.
So, yeah.
That's fair. Ragnar, are you opening this thing?
So, Kimmy has 4.
You gotta open it.
What
It's
kind of
open,
healing
Jesus.
potions were they again? Greater healing
Oh.
potions?
Ragnar
I think
doesn't need to roll.
they're just standard, the 2d4 plus 4.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just
2d4 plus 2?
Yeah, plus
What?
2.
Plus 2, okay. 2d4.
Yeah, the plus X is the same as the number of
Oh, that's right, that's right.
on each healing potion. I'd say just everybody split up the healing potions evenly for now.
Okay. Well, so
If we need to change how they're divided at a later point or give more to somebody else, we can do that. But just everybody write down 4.
sounds good. 4. All right.
I'll put them right next to my pearls for identification. They're all tied to my belt. Yeah, and I'm really mad Chris is here. I think it makes the fact that I took Ritual Caster irrelevant with all the wizard spells. But whatever.
Fine.
Didn't know he was an artificer at the time.
Yeah.
And I also will show Keeman the resistant potions I got.
Oh, I wasn't here for that, but okay.
I showed
He's showing you.
Potions.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I'm the most useful one for that. I don't think, right?
Who should we give them to?
What do they do again?
I have 2 resistance of cold potions, 2 resistance of fire, and 2 resistance of poison.
Half damage.
It seems
I take one of the fires because
it seems to me that the potions of resistance would do best to either the people who get hit the most or the people who have the lowest amount of hit points.
Well,
The people who cannot stand to take more hits, as it were.
well, I'm already pretty resilient against fire, so someone else should take those.
Ragnar wants to take one because he has bad experience with fire and some.
As I told you, the experiences with me are going to be lessened from here on out. Promise.
I mean, I'll hold you to that, Keevan.
Yeah,
I mean,
do it.
He's
I
also
have careful spell.
pretty scarred from his 3 or 4 deaths to a fire troll.
Yeah, fair enough.
That wasn't my fault.
Nope.
I'd like to be.
You're
You
the
are
one
correct.
are outside.
I don't need them, Lilar. Why don't you ask the Ragnar? Why don't you go ask the group? I'm fine.
Ragnar starts had like a little teardrop. You just called him Lilar. You left him for Lilar. Now you're calling him Lilar.
Lilar's just
How dare you?
The truth is coming out.
Yeah.
Ragnar, if you want my opinion, I think you and Erevan, but I think you both resist some things already, so you can ask others and let them make that decision. I don't need anything.
All right, then I will turn to the group. Hold up the potions. I have resist potions. Anyone want?
Well, pretty resilient against fire already, so you can keep those.
Is there a resist Keeman potion to keep him away from me?
Yes, resist fire.
That is a valid point.
Just as a question, these potions of resistance, the literal wording is that they just give resistance to whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so you basically
it's not that it halves damage, right?
Isn't that
Well,
what
resistance
having
halves.
resistance
I know that resistance halves damage. I'm wondering about the wording.
It's
Because having damage would stack with resistance. I'm just making sure.
Yes, it
get
would. It
the
says you
description
gain
of the
resistance.
Okay.
yeah.
So if you have damage for something that isn't resistance and you have resistance, then you get quarter, right?
That's
Well,
exactly
half and
why I'm
half.
asking.
Yep.
And like, if you already have resistance to something, gaining resistance to it doesn't.
It just does.
Outside of home ruling it,
Giving you resistance.
resistance to something doesn't stack with resistance.
Right.
Yep.
Well, as a dwarf, I'm already resistant to poison, but I also have spells that allow me to gain resistance to elements, so I can probably, for now, do without potions.
I
And
vote we keep them in the bag of holding
Indeed.
until we have a need for them. Because I really don't feel like carrying like 10 different vials of shit around my belt.
yeah,
Yeah, let's
Okay.
keep them in the bag for now.
Unless they're
Ragnar puts
jugs of ale, then I might be okay with it. Or bottles of mead.
Keep my meat hidden.
Ragnar holds up his flask. I got a flask of ale.
Oh yeah.
All right. So potions divided up. At least health potions. Other ones stored. I think we should look for the deckhand or the captain. Let's see if
Sounds like a plan. Do you want to put that heavy box into one of the bags of holding with the food?
do we need it.
I mean, we just need the food, and you can put that in the bag of holding.
Well, you gotta
I
keep
don't
the
think
food.
we need the box.
Put the whole
Yeah,
box
just
in there.
why? It's a waste of space. Let's keep it here for them. Hey, you'd have already put the food inside the bag of holding. We'll probably distribute some to everyone to keep on them, and then the rest in the bag of holding. So like a day's ration to everyone, and the rest in the bag. Just in case.
Write
So you're
down
keeping
one
the
ration.
crate of food, but the healing potion crate, after you divvied up the potions, the crate is being left behind.
Yeah, might as well just keep it for them. Like it's just dead weight
wait.
to us.
Ragnar was keeping the crate of healing potions. Like, even though there's no healing potions in it, he just put the resistance potions in that crate and put the crate in the bag of holding.
It's fine.
Okay. All right.
Keeman's walking towards the ship. He doesn't give a shit if he keeps
Yeah. Everyone will follow Keeman.
Listen, I'm just trying to make your
You
guys'
lost
life
that logic
easier.
and
If you want to
tactics
figure it out, that's fine.
You finish up
Ooh.
your
Phone is telling me that I'm getting a call from Senator Martha McSally.
Ooh.
Should I answer and tell them to fuck off?
That'd be fun.
Probably.
Not my
At
senator.
this point, I feel like this crap is all an invasion of privacy, so fuck all of them.
Are you talking about this Twitch channel that we're streaming to anybody who wants to watch? Our personal lives? Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Sorry.
Hey Matt, what's your
You're right.
What's my what?
I'd like you to put it out there that you're right.
what's your address? Just for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
could
What's your mother's
probably
maiden
find
name
it somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I have it saved to my phone.
Yeah, so I've got his address. Anywho, Keeman and Ervon are walking to the ship.
All right, so you walk up onto the deck of the ship, the Sweet Till.
Sweet tip.
Get up onto the deck and you see standing on the deck, kind of supervising a couple of the crew members who are walking around, tidying up ropes and making sure everything's fastened, and the captain has like a clipboard in hand. He's kind of tallying things off as he's walking around the ship. Sees a group of you ascending the gangplank and onto the ship, and looks over with a smile. Well, ho there! Good to see you
Hello.
lot, eh? Welcome to the
Hello.
ship.
Thank you, Captain. Anything we could do to assist?
No, we've got it pretty much covered here. Feel free to take up a space on board. We're just resupplying with some things, and we'll be ready to set off probably 20 minutes or so.
Very well. I appreciate it, Captain. We'll just find ourselves some quarters. Or, I guess.
What was your name in case
there's
we
not
need to?
any quarters for you,
Well,
mate. We're just kind of
sleeping
transporting
arrangement. Oh, okay. Well, we'll find a place to hang out then.
Yeah, good deal. Anywhere on the deck,
Good.
take your pick.
Very
What
well,
was your name, sir?
Captain?
You can call me Captain Tear-Eye.
Captain
All right,
Ted.
Captain
Tear-Eye
Tear-Eye.
with an I. Aye.
All right. Aye. Captain Terrai.
Thanks, Captain.
You got it.
All right.
A light scent of bananas goes up his nose as Norman walks on the ship.
You kind of like squint, like wrinkles his nose a little bit. It's like, I haven't smelled bananas in a while.
That's weird. Yeah, from here.
Bananas.
Remember, his banana smell is a little off.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Like mildly rotten.
Like,
A little too ripe.
Should be making some bread.
Yeah.
right?
Definitely browning.
That banana bread. Anywho. Yeah, Erevan will just
I can go for some banana bread.
right. Erevan will just like pop a squat, just like sit down somewhere out of the way of the crew, just pull out the cards, I'm like, let's play some card games to just kill
Hey,
time.
I'm in.
And that's what he'll do.
After about 20 minutes, last of the crew comes back on board. They pull up the gangplank. The captain gives some orders. The first mate, who you hear him referred to as Bodwin, goes below.
Bodwin.
Captain pulls out a whistle. They hear it blow, and the there's like a strange magical zing that goes through the ship. Your hairs kind of stand on end for a moment, and then the legs in the front and the back lift off the ground, and the ship just kind of hovers there as the legs lift up and then kind of like curl in and latch onto the sides of the ship. The ship then slowly begins to fly up into the sky, and once, after about 5 minutes or so of it slowly ascending, it goes above the tree line. And you see around you from all directions is just a sea of green treetops as far as you can see, until there's the ocean off to the east, ocean off to the south, very far south. To the west, it kind of goes dark, and to the north, it eventually goes into a green kind of grassland, also dark.
All right. Such a beautiful view.
You get up. Once again, the captain blows a shrill whistle, and the wings on the left and right snap outwards into place. The thin sail-like material webbing between the bits of wood going tight. The sail on the top of the ship furls out, and as you watch, the tailpiece on the back end of the ship faintly moves from side to side as whoever's controlling this gets it lined up in the correct direction. The ship begins to make its way forward, gradually picking up speed. Oh, I forgot to. On the back of the ship is a strange like exhaust ports, like
an engine exhaust.
like a funnel, like a really large funnel made of wood. It's kind of protruding from the back of the ship.
So the ship has wings and a butthole.
Yep. It heads off in a northerly direction, slowly picking up speed, and the captain walks over to the group of you as you've made your position on deck, wherever it may be. Well, I'm hoping we should be there in just a few hours. Settle in. Not the fastest ship, but if there's a need for urgency, I can have Japes warm up the propulsion system, give us a boost.
I mean, time is of the essence. If you can afford the resources, we won't say no to a boost.
What's the worry with not already doing it?
Well, it's just...
Is there a danger?
Japes just isn't a great fan of it. It's rather boring at times. A lot of work, you know.
Fair enough.
What does he have to do to turn on the propulsion?
You're welcome to
Is
watch
that-
him.
I'm interested, yes.
Good deal. Well, head below deck. He'll be around at bottom level, back in the cargo area.
Go. Anybody else want to come watch
Everyone will go.
technology? Yay.
I would probably go as well.
Yeah, Norman would too.
Alright, everybody's gonna go watch the propulsion system. The captain goes down as well.
Apes.
Heads into the barracks area first, and there's a couple of crewmates down there having a bite to eat, or playing cards or what have you on their off time. And he looks over at a dwarf who's wearing like a dark brown cloth robe. Hey, Japes! We need the propulsion fired up. We gotta get a move on here. Kinda pushed for time. Japes looks over, he's like, bloody hell, Captain, are you sure? I'm not... Come on, mate. It'll only make it a little faster. We don't have long to go. Listen, Japes. Get back there and get it fired up. We need the speed. It's for the heroes, don't you know? These blokes right behind me. Show some respect. Japes kind of looks over, grumbles to himself, and walks towards the back of the ship. Goes through a door, and those of you interested in watching follow into this room with him. You can see on... The room is divided into two sides. The left side has a... what would you would imagine it's like a terrarium kind of deal, but without any critters in it. It's just a big glass case with a particularly strange looking green fungus grown extremely thick throughout the entirety of the case. The case being like 15 feet by 10 feet deep. 15 feet wide,
That's
10
a big
feet
case.
deep. Underneath it is a little hatched area, and to the left of it is this big pile of a brown manure. Smells about as bad as Norm before the banana thing.
Norman. If it's that bad, then I'll cast Prestidigitation and make it smell like strawberries.
Japes, he doesn't go off to the left side. He goes off to the right side first, but his nose is kind of scrunched up, like he clearly doesn't like the smell. And after it kind of changes the air around him and you start to smell the strawberries, he looks over, he's like, oh, bloody hell, I don't know who did that, but thank you. God, it's half the horrid reason I hate working in here.
Yeah, that was Keeman.
You should talk to the captain about it's a very common spell. Many people might be able to do it. So you're welcome.
Oh, thanks.
Would you prefer something else besides strawberries?
No, strawberries are fine.
Okay.
Maybe peaches next. Eh?
Peaches.
Hey.
Well, I wasn't done with the strawberries.
Just as a note, Cayman,
You both.
you probably shouldn't cast spells on things you don't know how they will affect.
Oh, I'm sure
For-
James would have told us if it's
For
Would be
all
okay.
you know, the smell is part of how they know how to work the system.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Technically, I could dismiss it if that's a problem, Japes. Would that be a problem?
Oh no, certainly not. No, please leave it. What are we at? Strawberry peach, please.
just turned it to peach.
Well,
But
you
I
said
can
he
do
wasn't
both, I
done with the
guess.
strawberry, so you said you'd do both. So
Well,
I assume you've got some strawberry peach
there you go.
action up in here.
Strawberry peach. All right.
Excellent.
So Matt, based on our first glimpses into here, does it look like this propulsion system? It doesn't look like mechanically based. It seems.
All right, not yet. So that was the left side. The top of the glass tank, what have you, funnels up and off to the right side, where there are a series of tubes and a huge. Would kind of describe it as like a furnace, but made of like a bronze, coppery material. And sitting in front of that is a chair. And this chair is designed for comfort, but it keeps you in like kind of like a half sitting, half standing position. And it doesn't have armrests. Japes goes off to the right side. You see him, he messes with a couple of the contraptions there. He checks like the ceiling. There's a like a hatch on the front of the furnace, and he goes over and makes sure it's tightened and sealed, and kind of inspects the tubing up near the top where the glass terrarium bit is hooked into this furnace. After that, he picks up a shovel next to the mound of horrible smelling whatever this is and begins shoveling it into the hatch beneath the glass terrarium. He shovels a few hefty scoops in there, shuts the hatch afterwards, sets the shovel against the wall, and goes and stands in the comfortable standing chair. After which he extends both his arms, and you see a faint glow. Recognize it as essentially like a firebolt, but kind of lesser and more for heating rather than just doing an intense burst of damage. And he, not quite touching the bronze furnace, but hands almost so. You can kind of see the heat emanating and the furnace itself slowly begin to rise in temperature. After a little bit of doing this, you can see the furnace itself is slowly heating up. It's beginning to take on like a reddish hue, a reddish glow. Off on the right side, there's a hatch, and he kind of pulls this lever, and you hear something slide aside, and there's a whoosh of air, and then he goes back to his standing position and continues to heat and upkeep the temperature on this furnace. Every now and then, as you watch, he'll go back, open the hatch, and shovel in a few more mounds of manure, hatch it back up, head back to the furnace, continue heating it. The mossy green stuff in the glass terrarium, after 10 minutes or so after he's shoveled in this manure, you can see it like all of the entwined leaves and the thick moss seems to expand a bit, and it all just becomes slightly bigger until it's almost completely filling the entirety of the inside of this box. When he opens the hatch after the first few loads that he's put in, you can see these like thick muscular roots have gone down through the bottom part of the terrarium and are now like in the manure that he shoveled down there, and just are like absorbing this manure. So yeah, that's what Japes is doing down there.
Very impressive. Did you make this yourself?
No, a lot of airships have some type of propulsion system.
Oh. Well, it's impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Japes, you intimated to the captain that this propulsion system doesn't make the airship go all that much faster. Is there something wrong with the propulsion system?
I mean, it's just not as efficient as some of the more expensive and better means of propulsion. This works well, but if we give it enough oomph to really give us a good boost in speed, has a chance of harming the ship. And repairs are expensive on these types of machines.
Just looking at the ship, being like a mechanically minded person myself, is there could I make like an Arcana check to see if I'm able to help the system tinker with it just a little bit to improve its performance, or
Yeah, you can give it a shot.
so that was a 16 on the die. If it's an Arcana check, that makes it a 26. I don't know if it's just a Tinker's Tools check or what you want me to add to it, but it was a 16 on the die.
Processing.
If it would be like a Tinker's Tools checks where I just add my proficiency, then it would be a 21.
Honestly, it's your choice, however you're approaching it with your character, whether you want it to be Arcana and you're simply using your knowledge of magic, or if you're using your mechanical minded and actually plan on using your Tinkerer's Tools, and I'd say it's probably a Tinkerer's Tools thing.
Probably first go at it with just a mechanical mind, looking at the mechanics of how stuff is pushed out and goes through a system. So yeah, we'll say a 21 with a Tinker's Tool check.
All right. You look at the system. You think with the addition of multiple tubes heading from the terrarium to the like heating furnace, you could potentially increase the amount of air that is going from the terrarium to the furnace. Perhaps the single funnel from the terrarium to the furnace is constricting the amount of airflow. So you suggest that adding additional routes for the air to take may increase performance.
Jape, if he knows if there's like any like spare pipes or whatnot around the ship or in this particular room that we might be able to add more airflow to the system. I mean, you see, having just this one pipe here it makes the outflow from that one pipe more powerful, but you add more pipes, the airflow per pipe might go down, but the overall output goes up, you see.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good idea. Fortunately, I think we're only going to be traveling here for a few hours, and I'd have to shut it down for us to make any adjustments, so I'll keep it under advisement.
Makes sense.
Maybe after this trip I can tinker with it a bit, depending on what the captain needs. But I appreciate that. That'll definitely help. And if we see you in the future, maybe we can give it a good test, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
What's everybody else doing? Yeah, this is
Keeman started reading a book.
for
I actually roleplayed what Keeman was doing.
for Horval. This is probably going to take the majority of the trip as you kind of examine this and have your conversations with Japes and go through like the finer details of like what kind of sealant do you think we should use, yada yada yada, mechanic tinkering stuff.
I'd probably go talk with him for the majority of the time here, talking about where where we think like the pipes would best fit and whatnot.
He'll go on to tell you like
avoid any
there's
turbulence.
the output from the furnace goes to that exhaust port in the back, but it also goes out to the wings, and it kind of helps with the wings too for like turning and boosting out the wings, that kind of thing.
Erval will go topside. Just enjoy the view and the breeze.
All right.
Horvald gets very wrapped up in the workings of this engine and whatnot.
All right.
Makes sense.
Keeman?
Keeman got bored and started reading a book, but he's still interested in the propulsion system, so he stays in the room.
So would Keeman... there's the barracks area, which is the main section of ship on the bottom level. Also has like a mess hall kind of deal in the center of it where the crew relaxes and lounges. Would you read there, or do you go up back to the top of the deck? It's definitely going to be windy on the deck.
Would at first stay in the propulsion room, but once it seems like Horvald has done some boring word stuff with Japes.
It's not comfortable. This is not like a big room. With all of you in there, it's going to be very smashed and like.
Horvald's not a small guy.
Horvald alone is like taking up the majority of the room once people start funneling back out.
I would eventually go read in the main mess barracks area.
Okay.
Reading my Book of Torm, let's say.
What's Norman up to?
I'd say Norman goes out on the deck. He probably enjoys being outside and being this high up. It's not very normal for him.
Kind of soaring over a sea of green. The trees do kind of like just naturally, some parts are higher and some parts are lower, and the ship will, because they're so high up, like the shucks.
Trying to see if there's any bird.
You're up on the deck of the ship, and the captain will actually walk up over to you, kind of notice that you've been watching the environment change around you. The captain walks over and comments, "That's a pretty sight, isn't it? The roving sea of green. So yeah, Edlin's tree line kind of rises and falls like ocean waves. The ship can't fly up too high, because with how high we are already, some of these trees are about as tall as a mountain. Going up much higher, I won't be able to breathe. Luckily, because of all this forest, it puts a little bit of extra air in the environment, and you can afford to stay up above the tree line. But it's a cool sight."
Do you see red roses too? And clouds of light? Skies are blue. Sorry, I'll stop.
Beautiful sight.
What a wonderful... Sorry.
Norman just kind of keeps watching, like, over the railing, I guess, if there is one. He kind of, like, nods over at the captain, acknowledging that he said something, but keeps looking out. I'm trying to think of some way to make a joke about being high in trees, but I can't think of something good. So I'll just mention it. You guys can come up with your own.
All right, cool. We know the thought was had.
Yeah.
Hot reference.
It's the highest we've ever been.
All right. Ragnar, what are you up to during this travel phase?
I mean, Ragnar would probably be in the just the deck, observing.
All right, you'll
Type
hear
thing.
the little bit then from the captain kind of commenting on the scenery and the journey around you. Lilar, what are you? Sure, nothing problematic.
I would have stayed with the group for a little while, and then as soon as they started talking about propulsions and engines and peach smells, I would have
Strawberry
wandered
peach.
off back on the deck. Hope no one notices.
It's not particularly large. The actual like usable portion of the deck where you can walk around and sit is probably like 20 feet long and 10 feet wide.
Dang, this is a tiny ship.
Is there a way to climb up the mast?
Sure.
Is there like a lookout?
Got a crow's nest?
Yeah, like a crow's
something?
nest? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Blylar, as soon as he can get away from the monotony of whatever's going on below deck, would have attempted to climb up to that crow's nest and maybe try to take a nap.
The captain notices as you begin to climb up, and he's like, "Hey, just don't hit the green leaf. All right, just stay up there. Don't hit the green leaf."
Yeah, maybe you should stay down here, Lilar.
All right. I can avoid the green leaf.
You get up into the actual crow's nest part, and you can see inscribed,
Bad
kind of
feelings.
protruding a little bit, is a like a green leaf pattern, slightly glowing.
Everyone just has a sinking feeling.
Being the
Yeah.
stature you are, there is enough room that you could probably lay inside the crow's nest, kind of half
Is there
bucket area or half barrel area.
Are there any like symbols or like inscriptions around it?
No.
Hmm. Is there enough room to where Lilar can kind of just tilt his hat and sit down and take a nap?
Yeah, so you can like sit down back to the inside wall area, and then like have your legs spread, your left on and right on either side of the mast pole, and then you can just kind of sit there.
A little strange. I'll put my legs on one side of the pole
Okay.
and
It's not as
just try to
comfortable,
take a
but
nap.
it's about like the crow's nest area is about the size of a barrel without the top half of it. So you're being as small as you are, you can fit in there sitting down, but it's not going to be particularly comfortable.
I'll lay on my side and
There you
spoon the mast.
Beautiful.
Okay. We're so high up in the middle of this jungle that you can call me George of the Junkies.
Nah.
That's not. That's so.
Oh,
that's
no. No.
was-
It took me that long to think of a joke, alright?
Bad.
Oh,
Bad Keeman.
I don't even. That's
That was Rob.
Smoking pot doesn't
Bad
make
Rob.
you junkie. I don't. Ugh.
yeah, that
Listen, you
wasn't
come up with a
definitely-
joke, alright?
Ugh. No. I
Think of another one.
refuse.
Come back later. Damn it.
I'll come up with another one. Hold on.
That's
2
bad.
hours later.
It took a long time for the first one.
Alright, so we got
Alright.
Erevan. Ragnar, what were you doing? You just chilling on the deck?
Just chill on the deck.
Okay. I think that's everybody then. So you spend the next few hours in your various positions around the ship, and after some time, the captain once again blows his whistle, and the ship begins to slow. It eventually comes to a stop, and
Does Lilar
Keeman.
wake up to the whistle.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage because you're sleeping.
Let me find the actual window. Perception is garbage.
Yes, it is. Your passive is 11. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
As bad as it could be. You rolled a 14.
Advantage.
Oh.
I guess I could have done
boy.
220, but
Disadvantage.
whatever.
Okay, beautiful. 3. No, you do not wake up with the blowing of the whistle.
Perfect.
Uh,
That's what I wanted. I want my nap.
There we go. Alright, so Lilar is still asleep. Those of you on deck, Ragnar, Keeman, and Erevan, you all have high enough.
I'm not on
passive
deck. I'm on the under.
Oh, that's right, you're below. So Erevan and
Norm
Ragnar.
And Norm.
Norman.
Norm does not have high enough passive perception, though.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So Erevan
Oh,
and Ragnar,
I gotcha.
the two of you easily pick up down below, almost directly below where the ship is now hovering midair, is a small clearing with a hill in the center of it.
Alright.
To the north of you, after only maybe a few miles of forest, it cuts off and begins turning into a rolling grassy plains. Farther in the distance, you can now see just faint black dots, like masses of ants, like in just a huge
Lots of people.
sprawling area. From the left, where you can see in the distance the bone wastes, the Emperor's Desert, and then far off to the right, where the ocean meets land, there's just like a thin, sprawling line of moving ant-like creature, like, they're just little dots, but there's like a good amount of them.
Oh, this is a massive army.
It's going to be fun.
The whistle is blown again, and the ship begins to slowly descend. The wings on either side coming in. Some of the crew members come out onto deck, and they pick up these large poles. And as the wings kind of go limp a little bit, they attach the poles to the end and kind of fold them in, and then latch them to the side of the ship.
Nice.
The rudder, tiller, what have you, in the back is folded down and secured. The mast, the main mast, is hauled up and secured, and the ship slowly descends. Eventually, it comes down into the forest, legs popping out, and it lands right on top of the cleared hill. The thick, woodsy vegetation of the Edelin forest once again surrounding you on all sides, except for above. The gangplank is lowered, and the captain looks around at the adventurers on the deck. Well, this is your stop.
All right, appreciate it, Captain.
At this point, we're probably at just about midday, real close to noon.
As we were descending in the sky, Orvald would have noticed that, assumed that we were getting ready to land and disembark, and gone to the mess hall to get some food before we have to leave.
There's not like food put out or anything for people. They just kind of like go over to the kitchen area and like cook up their meals as they need them.
He would quietly, but still audibly, have said, "Is this just anybody's food?" And if he doesn't hear anything, that nobody said no. So he'll pack himself some stuff and then take a little bit extra.
Nobody
Put it
says
in the bag of
anything.
holding.
They kind of just let you help yourself. You're with the chosen, like I guess they're like it doesn't bother them enough to say anything at least.
If I saw Horvold out there, I probably would have put my book away and walked over to him and done the same thing.
All right.
All right. Should probably get Lilar down. Everyone will shout up there. Lilar, wake up!
Lila, roll a perception check with disadvantage.
13.
14.
14 plus 1. You're right.
They rolled 2d20 and then added 1. That's not right.
Aside from the faint sounds of the woods around you, it is fairly quiet now, and there's not a heavy breeze or wind or anything in the area. So, Lilar, you do awaken, and faintly you hear Erevan's voice shouting for you from below.
What do you want?
We landed. Time to go.
What?
It's time to go. No, we gotta go.
Where are we going? Where are we?
We're here.
Where's here?
Where we're supposed to be.
Where's that?
Oh, jeez. Oh, Torm.
Where Lilar stands, like it's just his head barely pokes up above the side of the crow's nest, and you can see his hat more than anything as he stands and adjusts his hat, and you just see the hat kind of like floating around up at the top of this crow's nest.
Like, come on. Like, we gotta go. We gotta go help those people.
Oh, why didn't you say so? And
okay.
I'll climb down. Grumbling the entire way.
Be right back.
Why didn't you say the one grouping of words that would have made me come down?
So yeah, as Horvald is
That was a weird pause. I thought we were waiting for something.
as Horvald is
to get back.
as Horvald is getting up onto the deck, he kind of shouts some final tips or instructions to Jay, but they're kind of cut off because his mouth is full of food. It's like, yeah, just make sure you roll, don't do brown.
Japes will follow you out too. He's kind of he thinks he's found a new friend because everybody else is boring. So he follows you out and is listening attentively to.
So maybe if he's extra perceptive, he can understand me through a mouthful of food, but it's probably difficult.
Yeah. Probably, honestly, about the time you would probably be heading off to make up some food, he would be no longer needed in the area there, in the propulsion engine room, and would probably follow you out and make some food too, because he's probably pretty beat from working for the last few hours.
I might be talking about, maybe if I get back to this ship sometime, we can make some of these changes on here. Maybe we can do something with propulsion under the ship so you can take off faster and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah. No, we could get some more exhaust ports and rig them up to the air system, point them downwards, and we can get a good blast off every time we need to take off quickly.
First thing you need to do,
we're up
you
so
guys
high.
need to put some flaming decals on the side.
All right, sorry.
Oh wait, Matt, I'll save my pun until you're back.
Oh,
I think I got a good one. All right.
just in time for a pun. Perfect. Did I miss anything besides the
This
pun?
better be good, or Lilar's going back to bed.
It depends how much you know about bot, I guess.
I feel like Lilar knows a lot.
Hey, just because I got a huge
Yeah,
hat
right.
and caterpillar friend.
I mean, I think Garvon would know a lot too.
That sounds more like LSD, but okay.
So if Ervon smokes some pot, is he now a high elf?
Oh, see?
Shut
That was
up.
the joke you were waiting for.
Get
That was
out.
way better.
Get out.
That's better
That
than
was-
what I'm going to say.
That was good.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was
I'll
good.
be here
That was
all
good.
night.
That's what you should have said in the first place.
I just thought of it. I'm like, oh shit.
I heard Matt, so now I know he can hear us while he pees. Hi, Matt.
Yes.
How's your
Yeah,
pee?
he's got a wireless headphone.
I heard you talk. Why aren't you telling us
The
how your
pee
pee
was
was?
excellent.
Perfect.
The things that happened while I was peeing, not so much.
It was great.
The doctor.
Oh shit! I have to be right back, but hold on. We're up so
Oh,
high
no.
that you can see the Northern Lights, Captain, because Northern Lights is a type of weed.
What was that? That wasn't even English.
It's like we're up so high you can see Northern Lights, which is a type of
Oh,
weed.
what? It
It
is?
took him how long?
It's a strain of weed and also
It's a
a
strain of
name for
weed,
the
yeah.
Aurora Borealis,
Right. It's great.
which is a
That's why it's a pun.
Earth-centric phenomenon. But
But
Hey.
you're not north.
It's okay.
Don't.
Or no, it's fine. Don't think about
It's not fun.
Did everybody like the Northern Lights jokes? I didn't have a headphone.
No.
I just
No.
got another
Okay.
fucking text message about political
We're
stuff.
mixed,
I
we're
still
hashing
don't
it
live
out.
in Arizona.
Dude, I've been getting
I
those
actually
too.
also got one.
You still have your Arizona phone number, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a 602. Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's why then.
but I mean I
Uber
get
Eats
stuff
on
for
Texas.
Oregon too.
You know, I don't have Matt's phone
Yeah,
number.
I got
All
one
this-
for
All
Cali.
this time, I've never had Matt's phone
see,
number.
that's
I realize
because like you can be registered in Oregon, but you've been registered in Arizona before, and you've like they don't just take you off of a mailing list.
Yeah, because they'll use
Yeah.
an excuse they have to harass us about shit.
I just
Yeah.
block him and report him as spam.
Same.
That's I do
Anywho,
the same thing. It's so fucking. Keep getting them.
right? Anywho, so do we disembark? Do we get off the ship?
The gangplank is down.
Okay, cool. Guess after confirming that Lilar's coming down, Eravon will grab his stuff and get off.
Do I need to carry Lilar down?
No.
He's coming down.
Lilar makes his way down the center mast.
Caesar.
The group funnels off the ship. Captain pulls up the gangplank along with the crew. Well, good luck to you, Chosen.
Yeah, good luck to you, Captain. Godspeed.
Wait, they're
We-
not staying?
Are we to meet you after we're done?
Yeah.
I'm not sure who you're meeting. It's definitely not us.
All right, well, we'll figure it out.
Good luck.
Skeleton griffins.
And to you.
With that, you hear the whistle once again. The ship's legs pop back up. Ship hovers for a couple minutes. The sails start to once again be put out, and it lifts off into the air and flies away into the distance. You're left standing on the small clearing in the center of the dense woods of Edeland.
Do we see the start of the tunnel that we're supposed to be going in?
A quick look around the small hill that you're standing on. You notice a 8 feet wide by 8 foot tall-ish tunnel that descends down and deep underground at a roughly 45-degree angle.
That's steep. Holy shit. Oh, I think this is us. Guess I can take point.
How we're going to get back from this? Do we want to maybe think about that? Or just soldier on and hope that the information in the scrolls kind of does that for us?
Kind of want to push Keenan.
Like our escape plan? Hopefully that's inside the scrolls.
Yeah.
Otherwise we'll try and figure something out.
So, like, not having one, but we have enough and have made it here that I guess it's okay.
Yeah, like we've got more intel with us. You know, we can.
I just would like it on record that it's worrying me, in case anybody.
Dude. we could talk to the miners or the dwarves we're supposed to meet up with, see if they have any ideas as well.
All right.
Well, everyone will take point. Pull out a shield, cast light on it. Use that as a torch for those that don't have dark vision. Which I think is just Ragnar.
Yeah, I think Ragnar is the only
Always
one
just
who can't
Ragnar.
see in the dark.
Yeah.
What about Norman?
No, Norman. He's human.
Oh, that's right.
Go warlock,
Okay.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have devil
Warlocks
sight?
have super
Not all
vision.
warlocks get that.
No, they have to take it. So
Only if you choose it. Yeah.
Devil sight is.
No,
ridiculous.
most warlocks do because it's very good.
Yeah, like I definitely do
I mean,
every
yeah.
warlock play.
Does Norman
I
have
would,
the
I would-
death vision or whatever it's called? Devil vision?
I don't think so. No.
it's evocation.
Well,
I
then
don't see
you
I would hit
can
Ragnar's. Ragnar, what do you use? A greatsword, right?
I use a greatsword. Yes.
Yeah, I would hit it with light like I've always done, and then I'll walk to the back of the group like I always do to take last.
To go invisible.
You can walk 2 by
I mean-
2 in this tunnel if you wish.
Okay.
I'd still like to be last.
It's not.
Possible.
It's not freezing temperatures, is it? It's like springtime, right, or summer?
Yeah, no, it's not. Not winter.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Get the EMF reader out. You know it's not freezing temperatures.
Dude, you've got to
Exactly.
play fucking what the
Phasmophobia with us?
sometime. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I see you guys playing all the time, but I'm usually playing with my buddies whenever you're
Yeah.
on.
I should definitely jump on with us. Like, so we can get like a full group.
We're getting to the point where we're pretty much playing professional missions all the time, so never
Nice.
hurts to have more people with those.
Yeah, for sure.
Farming professional small maps. Just get in there, get out.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Throw everything down in the
I
room
wonder
as
if
soon
I
as you
can run
find it and-
Phasmophobia.
Yeah, that's
it's
all
not
we pretty much do. Like everyone goes in with like temperature, EMF, and then one other item, and we just all dump it all in that room once we find the cold room, and then just grab the rest of the stuff and throw it in there. And by then, we figured it out usually,
Yes.
or died.
Damn.
Yeah, sometimes
Anywho.
we go into hunting phase. Anyway, yeah, we're playing D&D.
So quick. Anyway. Yeah. D&D. Sorry about that. Yeah, so everyone will take point, and we have
Yes, marching order, please.
yeah. So everyone will take point, cast light on the shield, to light the way. And then whoever's after everyone or next to everyone.
I'm sure Ragnar.
I assume Ragnar. He usually is. But Doss is away at the moment.
I'm last. I would purposely try to be in the back
Keeman in the rear.
with nobody next to me, hopefully.
Nobody next to you.
I'll stand next to Kima.
So I can. I step back 5 feet.
Lilar
I walk
makes a
slower
point.
than everyone else. You'll catch up.
Oh shit! I forgot.
I walk the same speed as you.
We will stay equidistant from one another.
Yeah, Ragnar is with the front. Ragnar's my
Yeah.
front. I'm front. I'm front.
So you
Always.
behind Erevan or side by side?
I'll be side by side.
All right, good to go. Yeah, so Erevan, Ragnar taking point.
All right, so we got Erevan and Ragnar up front. In the middle is
I'll be
Norman?
somewhere in the middle, seeing as how Lilar and Cayman are having a slow race of sorts.
Yeah, I think Horvald and Norman are in the middle.
Are you walking side by side?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
And for what it's worth, Erevan won't have his sword out, just a shield. He wants to have a free hand just in case he slips down this steep angle.
Just drop the sword and grab onto something.
No, not losing this sword. He's had it for so long.
For about 10 days.
It's been like, I think like 8 months in game now. I don't know. It's been a while.
He's duct taped it to his hand.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Lilar? I would actively try to be behind you. All
Oh,
right.
boy.
I would just
Well-
keep waiting.
So you catch up to me, then you stop and slow down till I get 5 feet ahead of you again.
Well, I'm assuming we're all walking at 25 feet since we all know you and we've been walking with you forever.
Yeah.
Eventually,
We already know the
Erevan
limitations.
and Ragnar, who are leading the way. Eventually, Horvald and Norman notice that Keeman and Lila are just steadily getting farther and farther behind.
Go ahead, Lilar.
100 feet.
I mean, I'm walking my normal 25.
I'd be walking behind him at 30 and then stopping.
Why are we dilly dallying?
Every time we get
It's getting to the point where the rest of the group has to stop every now and then to let them catch up, and then you can continue forward.
Yeah.
Do I need to carry Lilar?
Come on, time is of the essence.
You're not
Keeman.
We're
putting
going
me
as fast as we can.
No, you're not.
Are we?
No, you're not.
So it sounds
Yeah,
like we're
well-
going as slow as we can.
Time is of the essence. They need us. Let's put a little
We're
hustle.
going! We are going. You're going as fast as you can, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Unless I start dimension dooring everywhere.
that would be a poor idea.
Red Lilar, your speed is 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's less
So is
small.
so is Horvold, though. I mean,
For the longest time, I always thought it was 30.
If you guys
no.
don't keep up, I'm gonna stop covering up my smell.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Keeman won't let that happen. And leave me alone. I'm going as
You
fast as I
pardon me.
can, ass.
If you pardon me, Norman, I apologize. However, being as old as you have, maybe you've encountered a halfling or a dwarf, as our friend Horvald is. This is as fast as they can go. So we're going as fast as we possibly can.
Horvald is breathing heavy.
Look, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders right now.
For all intents and purposes, the two of you are going about 20 feet per turn. With your slow...
Are we not going as fast as... I swear Lilar is going as fast as he can.
You two are having a competition for last place, so you're slowing
Yeah.
everyone down.
We stopped! I thought we stopped. Did we not stop?
I would
All
still be going 25. Keeman just keeps catching up to me. And then
Right.
stop.
And stopping.
And then, like, waits and then catches back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's going as fast as we can as a twosome.
Alright.
You could go faster. If you just keep walking, Keeman, you're slowing the group down here.
After an
But
hour
then we
or
would
so,
lose you, Lilar, my friend.
No, I'll keep up.
After an hour or so.
Mhm.
After an hour or so, Erevan and Keeman, you two begin to hear a faint sound. At first, you're not sure what it is, and then as you continue on your journey, It gets steadily louder and louder, and you begin to recognize it has a pattern, and it's some kind of music is coming from deeper down this tunnel.
Hi ho, hi
Oh,
ho.
that's right. Record would never know music.
At your current
What?
pace, you're not making a whole lot of. You're not. It doesn't seem to be getting louder at a great pace. You're just kind of. It's slowly over the
barely.
course of the hours passing by.
Yeah, I hear
It's getting louder.
here's some sort of music. I think we should put a little hustle to it. It seems to be getting further away.
Look, I'm going as fast as I can.
So Ragnar didn't hear it? Being next to
Not yet, no.
Erebon?
Well, now you might have. Now that he told you to listen to it.
Matt, just for what it's worth, my familiar does have a passive perception of 13. If you want to write that down.
Oh, and mine has one of a number that I know off the top of my head.
What kind of familiar is it?
A raven.
It probably has a passive perception of 13 also.
Yeah, can't be
I mean,
more for sure.
Since you literally have never brought up that you have a raven around you, then it does not exist until you actually make it into being.
I made it into being in the last session because I said I was going to cast Find Familiar.
Yeah, you did.
After dealing with what's his face.
I can
Because I got the ritual book, and that's the only reason that I have it. So it exists now. It's just, I don't know. It's in the dimension where it exists until I want it.
I mean, for you, it doesn't really make a whole lot of difference because it seems that your passive perception is decent.
One.
Yeah.
But my owl, my familiar, has a higher passive perception than I do.
I see.
That's the reason that I mentioned it.
And while you are making your way in this underground cavern, where is your owl and where is your raven? How are they traveling?
If we're walking in this tunnel, it'll just be like on my shoulder.
Okay.
Mine lives in my pack, at least for now.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And just sits there and like,
Corn.
like
Game of Thrones.
Porn?
reference, anybody? The books? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ragnar's familiar is like 30 feet behind him, taking forever to walk.
Yeah.
Hurry up, Lilar! Please, come on!
I'm going.
That's all, Lila. A glorified familiar.
Right. Maybe like Erebon should just give Lilar his shield and then have him slide down this path.
All right, you continue to make up time on the dwarven mining team, and the music continues to get louder and louder. And eventually, after about 5 hours of travel in this dark underground tunnel, the music is loud enough. You can see some light in the distance, and the music at this point has become clear enough that you would call it like a type of war song, or like something that really gets the blood pumping. There's bagpipes, drums, and something else. Oh yeah. It's a what do they call it? Hold on.
didgeridoo.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing.
A keytar. When someone has a keytar.
A keytar?
Yeah, keytar.
Okay, Rojo.
Is that a Keeman guitar?
Yeah.
Or an elute?
The propulsion system, blah. Breathing.
Breathing?
Forget it.
Oh shit!
An accordion.
Before you guys left the airship,
Oops.
you were given 3 bags of holding.
Oh! Cool.
Yes, this is very important.
That's important.
Yeah,
So
okay.
before you left the airship and started your journey down the tunnel, the captain gave you 3 bags. Indicated they were bags of holding, and to be very careful with the contents. They will be needed for the sabotage phase of this plan.
Oh,
Looking
What's
inside,
in-
there are barrels and barrels and barrels in the small rooms within each of these bags of holding.
oh, is gunpowder a thing?
There's
Wait, didn't we
also a
decide-
lot of like waxed wicking inside as well, kind of connecting. all of
Mike,
them.
stop it! I know what you're saying.
I thought we decided last session that barrels wouldn't fit inside of bags of holding.
No, we discovered they would.
Stop it!
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It would
They
be
do
difficult, is what we found out.
they do.
Right.
fit.
Okay.
These are a little smaller than your average barrel, so shut the hell up.
These are fully there. I'm just making sure we're consistent.
I could hear it in your voice right when you unmuted yourself.
Oh man, we have like highly explosive barrels in here.
Yeah, but they're in another plane right now. It's fine.
That's
Oh.
fair.
A Hisonic lute.
A sonic lute. Oh, so it's like an electric guitar, but lute.
Shh.
It's great. I love it.
It's a Hisonic
Hisonic?
lute.
Sonic lute. I love it.
What is Hisonic? Is that real, or is he making that up?
I'm making it up.
Oh, okay. I was looking it up,
It's
but I don't
not a
see
real word.
it. Got it.
Alright, so bagpipes, drums, and a lute are heard in the distance, all blending
apparently
together
seen
to make a very warlike, very aggressive tempo to the music being played. You get closer and closer. In the distance, you see the lights, and the closer you get, faintly underneath the blaring music. As you get closer, you realize just how loud this music is being played, and like underneath it, you can hear these like smashing, the crumbling of rock, almost these like small explosions, and like the ground that you're passing through is quaking ever so slightly with each smash. And in the distance, you get closer and you see, at first, 2 dwarves. One of them with bagpipes, the other one, both of them with drums on their hip. One of them has bagpipes and the other one has the Hisonic lute. And they are playing and beating their drums as loud as possible. Directly in front of them are 2 dwarves, each of them with a large sack on their hip, as they're just like shoveling in all this ground debris, the dirt and stone and various other earthy elements, and are just shoveling it into the packs on their waists. And then in front of them are a couple of dwarves with mining tools, and you can see them hacking away quickly at the tunnel, smoothing it out and making more room for the rest of the party to follow behind. And then in front is a black-haired figure who you can see is just going to town. There's like sweat droplets just flicking off from behind him as he's just smashing his way through the tunnels.
Dang.
Cool.
I imagine it just like reeks in here of sweat.
Why does it smell like
Like
Norman all of a
burst.
sudden?
If it
Yeah, it
gets
smells
strong
pretty
enough
nice.
to overpower the ever-present rotten banana smell, then yeah, totally.
All right. It's really loud.
Do you just continue on until they notice you, or any of you taking action?
We should probably stop here for a second. Are we? So are we supposed to be using the contents of the bags here, or when
I walk up to the dwarves.
Yeah, so Erevan will follow.
I hear Horvald, and I don't know, so I walk to the doors.
They are all pretty wrapped up in what they're doing and aren't paying a whole lot of attention to what's behind them. So they
I'll
won't
holler out
notice
in
you until
Dwarvish.
you get real close.
Yeah. I holler out in Dwarvish until they can hear me. And once I get one of their attention, I'll say, hello.
As soon as, we'll say the bagpiper in the back notices you first, and he kind of lets out one last wheeze and then stops the music. The dwarf next to him stops playing the lute and banging on the drums, and then everything kind of like shuts down as it travels up the row, and eventually the dwarf in front stops smashing and like pulls back his fists, and you get a good look at everybody, and the crew is what you would imagine like a super stereotypical metal band, where everybody's kind of like in gothic clothes and garb, and it's kind of like hanging loose. They all have like silver chains and
All the
have
leather.
like a grungy type of look to them. And the rage borer in front, in particular, his like shoulder pads have like metal spikes on the sides, like black leathers, several chains. He's got like a beard protector on that's just like spiky black spikes all around it. And,
Dang. Nice.
his
Beard
fists
protector.
have like, they're like these massive metal spikes on both of his fists, and they're like winged, like demon wings, kind of going off left and right, giving him a very ominous feel. He kind of walks up to you. It's just these two massive metal pieces on each arm. Hey, who are you lot then? It must be the Chosen, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we're the chosen. We're came here to assist you. I guess that's
What language are you saying that in? Can I ask?
They're speaking in common.
I'm in Erevan, but...
Oh, it would have been common because he doesn't know Dwarven.
Oh, well then I'll switch to common then. Yes, hi, hello, my name is Erevan. We have high explosives for you.
What? No, I'm Erevan.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I'm Keeman. Sorry.
Yeah,
Nice to
Yes,
meet
is there
you.
anything we can do to help in any way?
How much do you know about mining?
None.
None.
Not at all. Nothing.
Probably. best to
Horvald
stay
might.
out
He
of the
seems
way
to be
then.
the...
Horvald like meekly holds up his hand, but he's kind of intimidated because this guy looks kind of like a Thorin Oakenshield type kind of dwarf, and for reference, Horvald is a lot more like a bomber.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get the bald spot.
No, he's got a full head of hair and a fantastic beard, but like build wise and
Yeah.
action wise and being like the anti Thorin Oakenshield.
Yeah, I mean, he's just dripping with sweat, like the essence of testosterone in a dwarf-sized package.
But yeah, this bowling ball of a dwarf will raise his hand when you say, "What do you know about mining?" And he'll be like, I mean, I know about mining, but this looks not like what my family does.
Yeah, so
Yes, I don't think we're going to be too much of a help.
And let us do our thing.
yeah, well, we just want to make sure you knew we were here, and we'll let you do your thing. We'll keep an eye out and protect you. If
We
anything happens.
appreciate it. We've heard could be all kinds of critters roaming around down here in the deeps.
All right. How many tunnels are there? Is it just like one like big main tunnel,
Yeah,
or
so
is there like
just one they're
offshoots?
digging.
Okay, cool. Easy surveillance then. All right. Yeah. Well, you guys do your thing.
We
and we'll-
can, if you need,
our
provide
thing.
some light for you, as many of us have the ability to create light.
Now, Lylar, we actually
Indeed.
can attack things that come towards us.
Yeah, kind of
But
looks
not
at the
friends.
rest of his group of
I
dwarves,
always
and they all
attack
kind of
things
like
that come
smile a
towards
bit
us.
at you. You must not know dwarves very well, then, eh? We can see in the dark, mate.
Well,
Thank you,
you
though.
could probably see in the dark, but some. Yeah, okay.
Well, we'll
I'm
do our
deferring
thing.
to him.
Let you get back to work.
I don't know better than this guy, so I'm going to stop talking.
When has that stopped you?
Lots. That is more real life than Keeman, I guess, but still, I think Keeman would give up at this point.
All right.
I just chill and just walk forward when we could.
Yeah, everyone will just stay out of their way and just keep an eye out. Just make sure like nothing bursts through the walls.
Is anybody in your
Keeman's
group
desperately
good at setting up
trying.
explosives? We can do it ourselves, but we're not experts.
No.
I can play the lute, and that's about it.
Explode.
I can probably figure something out, but
Let's see, Horvath.
I mean, I'm not particularly trained in explosives.
Well, it'll be a collaborative effort then.
I'm decent at tinkering.
Watch, Lylar has like the secret trade of known explosive.
Right? Like a demolition expert.
Well, that makes sense.
They would. I believe it.
Proficient in Eldritch Blast.
That's,
like
that's fair.
Force damage. Eh?
I can try to provide a backup guitar if you would like. I don't know if I'm really your type, though.
He looks over at
that's
one of
fair.
the dwarves, the one with the loot, and says, "Yeah, Grug probably wouldn't mind a break if you wanna take over for him."
God, okay.
Oh,
I can try.
Boy. Oh boy! It's like, all right,
Shit,
guys,
I
this is gonna be
don't
an A
remember.
minor. So let's go get together.
I mean, Keeman doesn't really know. He's at 3 levels apart, so he's not like. He's like the asshole you see at college that like playing guitar in the park.
Like,
That's
so
Keeman,
he's like a freshman bard.
pretty much. He's a way better sorcerer.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Well, I'll do it. He asked, and I don't mind trying.
The dwarf who appears to be Grug takes off his belt that's got the drum on it that hangs on your right hip, hands it to you, and then hands you his lute. Oh, I appreciate that break, man. Oh, I've been playing this thing for hours now. You use a good break.
I can only hope I'm even partially as good as you.
Oh, God.
Dear Grug.
The
He
other
was gonna have to
dwarf,
play
the
for
one
hours.
with the other drum and the bagpipe, kind of looks around at the group. Oh, yeah, you need the other one. Somebody say up for me, eh? Oh, I need a break.
I'm not a musician. Otherwise, I would.
Yeah, neither you.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Happen to be the only musician.
Well,
Ragnar will go on
I
the
guess I'll
drum.
keep playing then.
That's right. There's drums. Ragnar, take the drums.
Maybe Grug would be able to, or I don't know how to play the pipes, unfortunately, or that giant contraption you have, which I don't know if it's common in this world or not. Are bagpipes common in D&D? I would assume so, right?
Is what?
In this world,
Is
like
bagpipes common in the world?
in this world.
It's gotta be, right?
Yeah, I mean, most people would know them.
Okay, cool.
I have no idea how to play them. Sorry, not Grug.
You just gotta blow really good.
Hey.
I got a lot of hot air.
Yeah,
This is true. You're pretty much full of it.
all right. Well,
Hot air, or just it in general.
go with yeah, everyone go with Horvald and Greg. Greg? No, not Greg. The first dwarf we were talking to about the
I
explosives.
think we got his name.
Yeah, we'll just everyone will stand by in case they blow themselves up and come to heal them.
Well, they don't. They unless you guys are handing over the bags of holding with the explosives in them. They don't come to take them from you or anything.
Yeah, yeah. Like everyone, they'll hand the bag over.
The one who's been talking heads back up front and kind of like readies himself to begin smashing through the rock once again.
Oh, okay.
He like looks over to you and is like, "Hey, you should probably stand back, mate."
Yeah, I'll stand back here. You'll get like 20 feet back, 30 feet. No, 30 feet.
I'll do my best to replicate music I've never heard.
All right.
Well,
roll
heard
a performance
once.
check.
23.
Nice.
Hey. Very
So
nice.
you let Glug and Grug.
Grug.
You let Glug
Glug.
start up his bagpipes, wheezing out a tune, and every now and then he like raps out a beat on the drum, and fairly quickly enough. It's not a super complex song. It's just a good beat and tune made to get the blood flowing.
Yo.
Keep thinking Duhast. I don't know why.
You easily pick up the beat and begin pounding the drums and playing your fucking what I call it, high sonic lute. And the performance goes well. The dwarves in front of you move a little quicker. The rage borer in front takes a few seconds. He just kind of stands there, and then you see his breathing gets faster. His shoulders start to rise. He lets out a roar in time with the beat, and then boom, 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 just starts smashing harder and harder into the rock until there's bits of stone and earth just flying in clods behind him.
Dang.
The dwarves right behind heft their pickaxes and start smashing away into the rock behind him. And at about 15 feet a turn, they are tunneling into the ground, making this 8 by 8 foot wide tunnel. Goes on this way for a good amount of time. You've got everybody standing behind, aside from Erevan, kind of behind Glug and Cayman. In front of them are the two dwarves and Erevan, and then the other two dwarves, and then Baugadi up front. Goes on this way for a few hours until the rage borer finally stops. The music's still going, but he kind of like lets his arms fall to his sides and just starts breathing heavy, and then turns around. And you can see, like, lining his face now at this point is the exhaustion that the day has laid upon him. And he like looks around at the group, kind of like picks up one hand and like waves it for a second, meekly, and to your left, Cayman Glug stops playing. All right, need to take a little breather here, then I'll keep going. We, from what I'm guessing, probably have got another 8 hours of digging ahead of us. I, would ready yourselves for whatever's coming ahead.
Very well. So everyone will pull out his sword.
The dwarves all kind of make like sit down kind of wherever they're at, find a big piece of rubble or something and sit on that. Pull out their packs, some food, something to drink. All of them are drinking alcohol.
Jeez.
You can tell by the smell as they all pop their corks and kind of guzzle it down like they are all
Typical rock stars. They're typical rock stars, right?
All right.
In particular,
I'd go over
Balgody,
with
the rage borer, like probably empties a full skin during his rest break, as well as just shoveling food in his gullet, probably going through like 2 sets of rations alone.
Wow.
I'd go over there and I know that they're not missing hit points, but I'd just do a little bit of music, talk music shop with Grug and Glug, even though I don't understand the pipes.
Balgody, you would notice, has a bit of damage. Various pieces of debris and like sharp rock that's being blown to bits by his metal fists, like smack into his face. He's got some bruises, some like minor cuts. The part that's actually covered by armor and like his beard are just covered in like dust and little bits of stone and dirt, but any exposed flesh he has definitely has marks of bruising or scratches.
Oh, that's up to him. If he expends a hit die, then he'll get an extra 1d6 from my music.
All right. You keep up your performance while everybody's resting, and you can see some toe tapping going on, and it's definitely keeping their spirits up. So
Nice.
when he does finish his short rest here, he'll have an extra pep in his step.
Nice.
Not only have they had spare
To
equipment,
Grug if he wants it or whatever.
Ragnar might be able to help. He's not good at mining, but might be able to help the rage boar. Possibly. But I don't know if they have extra equipment.
Should probably leave it to the experts, Ragnar.
Also probably dwarf shaped. Yeah.
Well, role play it out. Ragnar walks up to the rage boar. He's kind of like sitting there. At this point, he has removed the we'll call them gauntlets, the gauntlets of boring, and has like set them down on the ground next to him. And I think Ragnar has a pretty good passive, 18. So Ragnar, as you're walking up, you get a little glance at the gauntlets, and you look at the hands, the now exposed hands of the rage borer, and see the thick bones that make up the dwarven skeletal system. The knuckles and like the finger bones all have like holes in them, and looking at the gauntlets, you can see mounts deep down in the interior of the gauntlet part that would fit in and like seal them onto his hands.
Okay.
You walk over.
Punch your fist into it. And
What's up, big one?
Well, I was going to offer my assistance with anything. I don't know if you have any spare equipment. I'm not an expert at mining, but I'm a pretty hardy and strong person. Might be able to assist.
It's a rough job, rage boring. He like looks you up and down. Don't doubt you could take the pain, but these gauntlets probably won't fit, and I'm sure you don't have any real knowledge of mining, knowing what rocks to hit, what rocks not to hit.
Yes, I think it's best to leave it to the experts, Ragnar.
It's true, but I'm empty, standing around just waiting. So I figured I'd offer any assistance.
Could probably take a turn while trilling Fallbar, mining or wielding a mining pick behind me, helping clear the way for the rest.
I could, yep. Anything to help.
Go talk to Trill over there. He points over to one of the dwarves who's eating and off to the right.
All right, I will go to him.
At his name, Trill perks up and watches you walk over. Hey, what's up, mate? You want to take a turn with the mining, eh?
Yes, I will offer my assistance and helping.
Well, this particular mining pick's kind of set for one with a dwarven stature, but I'm sure you could make use of it. It's got some magic in it, so it'll be able to take any beating that you dish out, but, you know, be careful.
Right. Anything to help.
Alright, so I'm going to assume you don't have any proficiency with mining or any kind of thing like that with your background. So
my background has proficiency with blacksmithing tools and leatherworking tools. So
Yep.
So
this could be fun.
This could be bad.
Ow, I hit my toe!
What toe?
Barbarian rage! Oh. Oh god! Oh god, you're clear. Grow back, grow back, grow back.
Oh, I can do that now. That's right.
Alright,
Oh yeah, probably not.
You won't have proficiency, but you can add your strength modifier to the roll once mining picks up once again.
All right, Dream.
Matt, is he going to be having to like constantly make ability checks on this, or what? Because
it depends on the check. If he succeeds well, then it'll continue on for a while. But if he's doing a poor job, they're probably going to stop and reassess whether he should continue on and then roll a fresh check for the next portion, or whether he should just probably stop mining and give it back to the actual miner. So it's
I'm just wondering, because as an artificer, I have an ability called Flash of Genius that says I have the ability to come up with solutions under pressure, and when I or another creature I can see makes a ability check or a saving throw, I can use my reaction to add my intelligence modifier to that roll. So I'm just wondering, like, how long would that would his single ability check be good for, basically?
I mean, the way I see that coming into play is you're kind of, I assume you're paying attention to how Ragnar is mining once the pace picks up again. And then
the reason I ask is because I can only do that a certain number of times, so I'm just wondering, like, if it's going to be a super short thing that helps him out, then I'm not going to bother to do it. But if it's something that I think will...
You will have to decide before he makes his first roll. Because, like I said, it's going to depend on how he does as to how long that roll will.
Yeah, if he seems a little bit unsure, like, at the start, I'll give him my intelligence modifier, which is 5, to add to that check. But if I don't think
great, I was awesome.
But if I don't,
the way he's kind of gripping the mining pick. You can tell he's not accustomed with wielding one. So if you have any, if you feel like your character would help him out in this manner, then definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, I
know,
mean, like I said, the ability is called Flash of Genius. So I mean, like I give him some suggestions, and assuming he takes them to heart, it'll give him my intelligence modifier to the ability check he's about to make.
Nice.
And like, if it seems like that his first ability check is good for a while, then I'll keep doing it. If it seems like it wears off super quick, then I'm not going to continue doing it. Before we do the next
check, you'll have the option of whether you want to add it once again.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I'm just wondering like how long in between each ability check is he going to be going, but I'll certainly do it for at least the first one.
I mean, like if he gets a natural 20, he's going to be good for the next until they decide to take a break. But if he rolls poorly, they're going to notice and be like, "All right, you can't keep up. We need somebody else."
Right. The relax.
I was also going to.
Yeah.
I was also going to give you a bardic inspiration, so you get a D6 for 10 minutes of your choice when to use it.
And Erevan will cast guidance
for only one specific person, or is that going to work for everybody listening to your music?
Just him.
Okay.
In fact, it's different. It's a different thing.
Are you going to continue performing? Are you going to be able to do this while you're performing and all that?
Yeah, bardic inspiration is like a bonus action.
Okay.
Hold on, I got it here. Bonus action, yeah. So it's just I'm performing to the group and I go, "Hey!" It's not even like a spell or anything. It's like, "Hey, Ragnar, you got it!" And then I go back to what I was doing.
All right.
That's exactly what it is, pretty much.
All right, Ragnar, make your strength check.
Yeah, Erevan will cast guidance on Ragnar.
We really want you to do this. Just a heads up. What does guidance do again?
So it can add to a target creature. Can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice.
I could add those extra stuff if I really want to, but I think I'm good.
You got a 28.
It's good for 1 minute. So
23. I mean, I got.
Yeah, you might as well use everything else because mine only lasts 10 minutes. His only lasts.
All right, so.
We
just wanted you to do good.
Yeah, like
I'm wasting it.
Suggestions and the aiding magic have been done, so just add them all.
Yeah.
Add them all to your stuff.
Might as well.
All right. How do you roll?
You can choose to use mine, but it's only 10 minutes.
What does he add from your inspiration?
Me a D6.
Horvald.
Oh.
It's a straight 5.
Nice.
So that's 28 I'm looking at. And then I got a D4 and a D6 to add? Jesus.
Yep.
Well, technically, Brent rolls the D4, I think. But, yeah.
No, this is
you roll
creatures.
How do you roll how do you roll in this thing again on the Discord? I forgot how to roll. No more. That's it.
Exclamation.
Hold on, I got it up. Hold on, I got it. Dice. Add a character. Save.
Yes, the Windrose Diggy Hole.
I think it's just...
There you go.
That's just on repeat. Loudly blaring in the background.
So
that's good stuff.
28, 32, and then I got to roll D4.
Yes, sir.
If you were doing badly, I was also going to use something else, but I think you're okay.
Yeah, whatever. 33. 33.
Are we allowed to play this? Probably not. No, I'm not. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea.
Don't risk it.
All right, what do you got? That's 30 something now?
33 in total.
You could just post the link in the chat, right? In the chat on the stream. That's fine, right?
Yeah, well, that'd be fine. Just don't
promote
play the whole song. Yeah.
No, just put the link. Yeah.
Yeah, 33 I got.
Nice.
It's good to know we have all these bonuses. I could give them an additional D4 right now, but I think I'll skip that.
Yeah, everyone will keep a close eye on Ragnar.
We're really bending luck here.
Hey.
I hope that worked.
Right.
So you rolled a straight 33, right? Just
All right.
we gave you a bonus of 10.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
The crew,
Yeah.
the mining crew, packs up their lunch, their little short rest break meal. Picks up their weapons. Grug switches out with Glug, so Glug can take a little break while Grug takes up the bagpipes and the drum next to Cayman. Up front, Trill has moved to the back with the rest of the chosen crew, and Ragnar has taken position on the left of Fob. The music starts up. Cayman, roll your performance check.
I'm also going to give myself a bardic inspiration just in case. Let
I can't give you guidance.
If so,
That's fine.
for in the sense of giving guidance to Ragnar over the duration of this trip, you wouldn't be able to, just for things actually making sense, I don't think you would be able to guidance yourself at the same time.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'd be foregoing the guidance on Ragnar.
Are you talking about what I'm doing or what Breton's doing?
What you're doing.
Okay.
You can only bardic inspiration someone else.
Oh, you can't do yourself? That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, because
Wow.
I'm betting luck for other people. But I can do the D4 thing. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, 19's alright. I'll take it. 19.
Nice. It's not bad.
All right. Two of you strike up your instruments, once again giving the fast-paced marching war songs. Up front, Baugadi goes into a raging frenzy and begins to smash the rock out of their way once again. At first, Ragnar is kind of getting used to the pace, kind of learning what his role is in this mining team going forward. And the first few minutes, it's a little slower than their normal pace, but after a bit, Ragnar's inexperience is made up for with his endurance and strength, as it takes him less strikes to demolish the rather larger boulders than his dwarven compatriots, and what he lacks in experience is made up for in just raw strength. Just smashing the bigger pieces down into rubble so the cleanup crew behind can easily shovel them into their bags of holding. After a few hours, you'd notice the cleanup crew switches out their bags of holding once they fill up with an appropriate amount of debris. And they probably have like a good dozen or so pouches all over their person, so they can switch out whenever what becomes full. You travel on in this way for a couple of hours. And then, all of a sudden, towards the front, there's a particularly large, or a particularly loud smash, and then light blooms into the tunnel. A strange, golden, orangey light. After a moment of seeing it, you realize it must be like a magma, some kind of glow from a heat source, as the temperature begins to rise in your tunnel.
Oh,
you look
no.
through the hole that has been smashed into this cavern ahead of you, and see the half-destroyed remains of some temple. hole opens up into a cavern, I'd say about 80 feet by 60 feet, with 3 small ruined buildings inside. Directly in front of you is what would be the remains of a small sort of stony courtyard. You can see broken benches and different lounge areas kind of scattered about. To the right of that are 2 buildings, half destroyed, half standing. The bits of destroyed parts are half submerged into the stony cavern around them. In the center of that is an old fountain that doesn't have any water or anything going in it. It's also cracked and rather destroyed looking. And then all the way on the right is the largest looking building with several stone steps, with a couple of pillars standing in front of it and a big open doorway. The majority of this building is still standing, but the back half of it is also destroyed and seems to be fused or encompassed in the cavern wall behind it. Everything has that sense of ruins about it, where there's like a layer of dust on everything, but underneath it you can see gilding and fancy architecture. It's just been worn away by time and whatever destruction happened as it was. It all seems slightly disturbed and destroyed. Just the ancient ruins of a temple.
Yeah.
Weird question. This doesn't look like anything we've ever seen before, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, thank God. Let me thank Torb.
How are the dwarves reacting? Do they is this what we were supposed to find, or
So the rage borer, has just smashes through. The light bursts into the tunnel, and he stops going at it. You can see the rage frenzy in him fade as he kind of like catches his breath and looks through the small hole into the cavern beyond. He turns around and looks, the music dying behind him, and kind of gestures forward. I should probably come take a look at this. I'm not sure. This is weird.
All right. Yeah, Ervan will go
Sound
for
good.
it.
also
That's
you said like there was magma. It's not. Is it flowing into our space, or is it just past where the hole is?
There's a couple of magma falls scattered throughout the chasm, but it doesn't seem to be pooling anywhere. Any magma that's dropping down or running along the sides of this cavern disappear below through like small cracks or crevices. That seems to be the main light source in this cavern ahead.
Quickly scroll wheel over to cobblestone and put 2 blocks up. Oh shit. Sorry, wrong game.
2 obsidian blocks, otherwise it'll melt.
Right.
With that,
Cobblestone's fine.
we're going to end there, and we'll pick up
All
next
right.
week with
Can we
the...
pause the lava flow until next week? I don't want it to keep flooding this area while we're all logged out.
No, the magma is not pooling anywhere. It seems to be disappearing into some crack or crevice beyond.
We just don't understand. Well, yeah, we don't want it to fill the room, though, man.
So it's like a lava
For
fall.
the fourth time,
Right.
it's not pooling anywhere.
It's fine,
Right,
guys.
but we don't want it to be in there when we're in there, Matt. Obviously.
You can tell it's been flowing through this room for a very long time. It's gonna be.
Right, and it's been there for a long time, so there's a lot of it on the
Stop it.
bottom, so eventually it's going to get high. Why are you friends with me?
Because you're awesome.
Did you do your outro?
No.
Guess we're rolling. Ooh.
So
Good
next week,
Yeah.
picking up hopefully at 6 o'clock, you will begin your foray or decide what to do with the